I missed it.
Hey, Luke Clausen here with the Z-Man Pro Tips. Today talking about drop shotting. You know, I'd spent this last week drop shotting for spots here at Lanier, but a drop shot is deadly for smallmouth, largemouth. It has its place in so many situations. We've seen that in the tournament world come out in a lot of places you wouldn't think a drop shot would be good. It turned out to be really good. The setup I use for a drop shot is a Megabass 610, an F3 610 spinning rod. I use a 8-pound braid as my main line, and then I use a fluorocarbon leader. I use gamma fluorocarbon in 6 or 8-pound line most of the time. Sometimes I'll even go a 10 if you're around a lot of cover. And that tough line braid in 8. 8 is really the size I like to use. The smaller the diameter, the better, but still has great knot strength. I use a knot called a Tony Pina knot. It's a really small knot, not the easiest one to tie, but I believe it's the strongest and smallest. This week fishing for spots, I used a pink worm a lot. That's a color that works really good for spotted bass in clear water. You know, there's other colors, different light conditions. Pink seems to be the best thing when it's sunny. I like to use something either darker or lighter when it's overcast. Either use a bait fish hue like an Arkansas Shiner look, or else use something in a green pumpkin when it gets darker. And just tie a Palomar knot to your hook, run the line back down through the eye as your basic drop shot with a weight below it. And leader length is subject to where the fish are. I like to use a really long leader the further they get off the bottom. If it gets really cold in the spring, especially we'll see it in February, March when I'm throwing a drop shot, it's really cold, fish will be really close to the bottom. I'll go down to even a 3-inch, 2-inch leader, little bitty leader, bed fishing. Another time it's great like that. I like to use a rebarb hook a lot of the time. I believe you hook them a lot better than you do with a nose hook. It's just a bigger hook, gets a lot more meat, you don't lose as many fish, and you just rig it on there weedless like you would any other Texas rig, anything like that. And it's got a keeper on it, holds Elastec plastic up great. Run your hook point all the way through so it's just sitting on the top there, and you're ready to fish. When using this drop shot, there's several different approaches you can use. You can either throw it out there and try to pendulum fish it through suspended fish. If you see them, say 20 foot down over 30 foot of water, a lot of times I'll throw it out and let it sink to a 5 or 6 count and just hold your rod tight and shake it as that bait's coming back through the water column, coming through those suspended fish. A big deal here on Lanier is dropping it on arches you see. You'll see those fish up off the bottom. On your Lowrance graph, you can see that drop shot fall right by the fish, then follow it down to the bottom, and they'll bite it there. Sometimes you catch them just holding it at the level of the fish. I caught some this week above brush piles, 15 foot below the boat over 30 foot of water. Drop it down to where it's at the level of the fish, and pretty soon your rod just starts to load up, and you got one. Give the drop shot a try. I think you'll catch more fish.